Single largest party leading on 242 seats. The NDA is in a position to form the government leading on 293 seats. The Congress is up from the 52 it had garnered in 2019 to 100. The India Alliance is at 231, way above the 91 mark that it had come up with in 2019. So the picture looks more or less clear. The NDA seems all set to form the government once again. I'm Munmun Bhattacharya. With me is my colleague Mark Lin.
Thanks, Munmun. And well, the figures seem to be holding for the moment. But let me tell you that a number of seats are still very close, the margins, and they could shift either way, with the BJP leading in some of those seats and the Congress leading in some of those seats and the Samajwadi Party leading in some of these seats. Many of them are in Uttar Pradesh, some of them are also in Bihar. Things are quite clear in the states of Madhya Pradesh, in Gujarat, Karnataka too, to a large extent. The BJP has solidified its position in about 16 seats. So things look like they have gone to the way people had predicted in some areas. But the state of Uttar Pradesh is a matter where a lot of people still are throwing light on the situation and trying to understand the verdict as things go. In fact, the voting share, if we look at it right now, the BJP has about 38% of the vote share and the Congress has about 22.24% of the vote share as we speak. Yes. We have with us Mr. K.V. Prasad.
How about the headlines first?
And before that, we will go to the headlines. Yes.
Yes. BJP-led NDA all set to form government at the centre as it is nearing the 300 mark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah leading in their constituencies.
In assembly elections, Chandrababu Naidu is set to become the next chief minister as the TDP has swept Andhra Pradesh and the BJP is set to decimate the BJD in Odisha. These are the big gains in the assembly elections.
So counting of votes is underway as far as India's parliamentary election is concerned, or the 18th Lok Sabha, and we are looking that BJP is the single largest party. The NDA is now in a position to form the government. Mr. Prasad, how do you look at the big picture?
Well, I think if these seats are confirmed, I mean, whatever trends are coming up, I mean, the BJP has already won a few seats, so has the Congress and other parties, but if these trends stick to and they consolidate in their favor, one thing is sure, as you pointed out, the NDA as it exists is back in the saddle, right? That is as the NDA exists. But then remember, this is politics. Now it's always, one don't know what kind of imponderables will be at play. But if everything plays as per the script, pre-scripted, that is the NDA partners stick to the NDA alliances as they did promise, then there's no issue. Then the only thing is, it's a matter of just formal formations of the government, which will follow in due course. But they still have that, what Mark was referring to, some seats are up for toss. They're less than 1,000, they've about 10 to 12 seats where the margins of can swing either way. Either way. 1,000 votes here or there. It's a pretty close battle there. So these are the seats one need to watch as you go along.
What do you make of the results in Odisha and in Andhra Pradesh? We are seeing a change of governments there. And of course, in Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Mohan Reddy had won with a large majority the last time round and now is voted out of power. But in Odisha, we are seeing Naveen Patnaik being voted out after such a long time.
25 years. Yes.
Yeah, and he very nearly misses the mark of becoming the longest serving chief minister of this country, because that was all being talked about. Well, that will remain a record which he can't complete. I think two things, Mark, here. Yeah. One, Jagan Mohan Reddy had lost a lot of popularity in the state, largely because of his approach. There was certain anger against him. He was counting largely on the rural segment, where he thought the welfare measures that he had put in place will get him the seats. Okay, that obviously did not happen. One. Number two, Chandrababu Naidu and the TDP knew this was the last time for Mr. Naidu to regain the party's position in the state, Remember, they lost elections the last time. And Mr. Naidu had lost a lot of political capital in the state. Now, here he was up against another opponent, which is YSR Congress. And he ties up very smartly with the Janasena, which has a community vote of Kapus. Naidu's has his own Kamma share of votes. So together they add a formidable combination, plus the BJP came on board. So you have a 3 people coming in together as against the YSR Congress. And remember, in the YSR Congress, Jagan Mohan Reddy was up against his own sister who was leading the Congress charge.
Sharmila.
Right. Sharmila. Okay, they were not expected to do any wonders, but certainly they were competing for the same space, the same vote share.
So wasn't the way some pundits had looked at that was that if there was any anti-incumbency vote against Jagan, it would have transferred to the Congress, and so it wouldn't have made such a big impact. I mean, that was like a friendly fight in a sense.
No, not really.
Not really?
Not
wasn't
really.
a friendly fight?
No, it wasn't. No, again, let us look at the votes that Jagan Mohan Reddy has is essentially the Congress vote and the vote to which his father had claim, right? Now, the first time around, when the 2004 elections happened, Jagan Mohan Reddy was incarcerated, right? The sister and the mother campaigned for him, and they became the leading party in the opposition. 5 years down the line, they again worked hard, but Jagan kind of put them aside. They had to leave the state. They went to Telangana. Right. So these were the issues. So here was the siblings trying to get the votes from the same pool. And remember, there were a lot of votes where the Congress, which were traditionally Congress votes, would have remained with Jagan. And if they were not happy with Jagan, they would have been looking for elsewhere. And so Sharmila in that way was one area which offered them it, but not enough to change the tide.
Absolutely. Let's get the viewers up to speed with the numbers as they appear as of now and the situation insofar as the counting is concerned. Well, counting of votes is underway for India's parliamentary election, the 18th Lok Sabha. Given the trend so far, the BJP-led NDA is ahead in the race, crossing the majority mark as an alliance. Counting of votes began at 8 a.m. India time across all the 543 constituencies, though the result of Surat was already known. The election was held from 19th April to 1st June in 7 phases. 8,360 candidates were in the fray.
And we are looking on our screen. These are the figures that are coming. 292 for the NDA, 232 for the India bloc, which is 111 ahead of what they had the last time round, and 19 for the others. Well, Anurag Thakur, the BJP candidate from Hamirpur Lok Sabha seat in Himachal Pradesh, is leading and in fact is leading by a significant margin over the Congress candidate Satpal Raizada. And expressing happiness, Anurag Thakur also thanked the people of Himachal Pradesh and said that the BJP's victory was certain under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi.
ये कार्यकर्ताओं की जीत है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व की जीत है और जनता ने जो विश्वास व्यक्त किया है 5वीं बार लगातार जिताने का, मैं हमीरपुर संसदीय क्षेत्र की जनता का आभार प्रकट करता हूं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं का जिन्होंने दिन रात एक करके मेहनत की और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जिनके नेतृत्व में हमने 10 साल इस देश को आगे बढ़ाया है और देश ने एक बार फिर मन बनाया है, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार बनाने।
So more reactions are coming in from different parts of the country. Listen in.
बहुत ऐतिहासिक जीत हमको यहाँ मिली है। मंच पर आसीन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पूरे संगठन को जिन्होंने लगातार गति देने का काम किया और बहुत सामने न आकर लगातार योजनाओं को अंजाम देने का काम किया।
There's breaking news coming in at this point in time. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has won from Varanasi, beating Ajay Rai of the Congress party. So this is the big news coming in at this point in time. For the 3rd time in a row, Prime Minister is the MP from Varanasi.
Prime Minister won by a margin of 1,52,513 votes from Varanasi. Significant margin there that the Prime Minister has maintained. But Ajay Rai putting up a good fight.
Yes.
One would think of it up to, he almost polled 5 lakh votes.
Yes, Mr. Prasad,
Yeah,
we were all waiting to know what the victory margin would be. Now it's clear.
yeah. So it's a substantial number of votes, but as Mark has pointed out, the fact that the number 2, if it is number 2, Ajay Rai getting 5 lakh
Absolutely. So breaking news coming in, like we've been telling our viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has won from Varanasi. He's polled more than 1,52,000 votes as
No,
his
no,
victory
that's-
margin
yes,
alone.
right.
That is the victory margin that Prime Minister Narendra
Polled
Modi
6
has
lakh,
got.
6 lakh 12,970 votes as per the Election Commission's website.
Absolutely. So he's polled more than 6 lakh votes, but the victory margin is of more than 1.5 lakh votes. Prime Minister winning the seat for the third time on a trot. And this seat has been considered extremely significant because it influences the whole of eastern Uttar Pradesh, and this is not just about one seat in Uttar Pradesh. Ajay Rai of the Congress has been defeated yet again. So a major victory on expected lines. We were all waiting to know what the victory margin would be, but look at how Prime Minister Narendra Modi has polled more than 6 lakh votes in the constituency. The BJP was trying to pull off at least 10 lakh seats, but not quite there. Yet 6 lakh plus votes polled in by BJP as far as Varanasi is concerned. The victory margin is on your screens, 1,52,513 votes.
Right, but the BJP did in fact win the Indore seat by a whopping margin of 11 lakh votes.
But
That of course is a seat where there were only independents contesting against the candidate.
But remember,
Right.
we heard that the Nota got more votes.
Nota got about 1 lakh votes.
Yeah,
I
that
think.
is very
that's
unusual.
right, yes.
I mean, the kind of
that seat.
because that was in discussion a while ago.
Yes, so Varanasi is one of the 80 Lok Sabha constituencies in Uttar Pradesh, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi had won that in 2014, then in 2019, and now in 2024. The victory margin is of around 1,52,000 votes. That was the contest on your screen. The BJP has won. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has won from Varanasi, defeating Ajay Rai of the Congress. A correspondent is tracking this particular contest very closely. Deepika Mehto is joining us from Varanasi. Well, Deepika, if you're with us, you've been tracking the contest very closely. Now, your thoughts on this occasion, how do you put this into perspective? Look at the victory margin, 1,52,000, 6 lakh votes polled in by the BJP on Varanasi, in Varanasi.
Good evening, Mark and Munmun. I think when we look at the victory margin, this was not what Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP Karyakartas were expecting. They first of all wanted the votes to cross at least the 10 lakh mark, and not even this, they wanted to, all eyes were on the victory margin, and this is what Congress's Ajay Rai claimed, that he knew that he is not going to win this particular seat, but he will look after the margin and the margin would be severely affected. This he promised to the media when we were interviewing him during the rallies, and he also promised this to the people of who were in favor of Congress across Varanasi, and this is what we see today, because though this is a hat-trick for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a big news for Varanasi, because people have gone here for the vote of development. They've seen a lot of development happening here, from right from 85 Ghats to the first floating CNG pump to Kashi corridor to having your first international cricket stadium and the Kashi ropeway. There are n number of development projects which are in the pipeline and which have already taken place across Varanasi. But when we talked about, when we talked to the people here, to the voters here, there was a complete Modi wave. However, there was some discrepancy when we talked to the other supporters also, like the people who really favor Congress or the people who really favor other parties or the independent candidates. The independent candidates haven't been able to do much here, but here Congress's Ajay Rai, he was really confident that he would be able to, cut short the margin, and this is what we can see right now. Although this is a big victory, whatever happens for the good of BJP here, because they have ultimately created the hat-trick from this particular seat, which is Varanasi. Munmun.
Right. Also tell us, Deepika, I mean, you did mention that it is a big victory margin, and you were also covering this for a long period of time, and you did notice that Ajay Rai had put up quite a significant fight. What would you attribute, to the kind of fight that Ajay Rai has put up against the Prime Minister? Because it is a formidable task to try and, compete against the Prime Minister of India.
Indeed, it is a very crucial task, because this is not the first time that Ajay Rai is competing against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's done that in 2019 as well, but then he faced a huge defeat against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This time also, many were considering that there was no fight at all in Varanasi. But then now, at this point in time, when the results are out, when we look at the numbers, it was a very neck-to-neck fight here in Varanasi between the BJP and the Congress. However, the BJP has won the final seat, creating yet another hat-trick, creating their hat-trick here from this particular seat in Varanasi. But when we talk about this neck-to-neck competition, there were many reasons behind it. First of all, inflation. Second is the job opportunity, as other people say, because there were few tax norms by which the people were not really happy, and Ajay Rai had promised that he would just return all these things and reverse all these things when he comes into power. Not only this, what people had to say here, that the BJP Karyakartas somewhere lacked to visit the rural areas, inside the rural areas, in which the Congress was really very successful, and on these grounds some of the rural votes may have gone to Congress's favor, because the BJP Karyakartas failed to reach to those areas. This is what we analyzed even during the rallies, because we've been covering the rallies of both the parties also since past 15 days, and this is what the observation has come out to be. Not only this, development is one such agenda on which BJP has won with a huge margin, but job, inflation and other employment opportunities are few of the pain areas of the people here, which have led to this neck-to-neck fight in Varanasi. Mark.
Right. We also have our guests in the studio, and we are joined by Praful Ketkar, the editor of Organizer, with us. Thank you very much, Mr. Ketkar. So, as you were sitting here, the news of Prime Minister winning has come in. What are your comments?
See, the outcome, the result is on expected lines. Prime Minister was expected to win this seat, but as the numbers show, the margin of 1.52 lakhs is not definitely that BJP would have looked for. It clearly shows the overall mood of Uttar Pradesh, where the opposition votes have got consolidated completely. The SP and Congress first time has managed to transfer the vote to each other, one, and also take a considerable share from BSP. That has reduced this margin. So, this is a testimony that what is happening in other parts of Uttar Pradesh, especially the eastern part, where BJP was hoping, and in fact India Alliance was hoping, that if they manage to get major chunk in this area, along with the Awadh region, Bundelkhand region, then they have got some chance to, overall the trends that are showing, clearly Banaras or Varanasi is one of the indicators of that trend, what is happening in UP.
Yes. If we broaden our discussion to the national picture, we are seeing that BJP is the single largest party. NDA looks set to form the government. Congress again at 100. There's a huge difference if you compare the tally of Congress and BJP. How do you analyze the mandate?
There are 2-3 clear things. One, the India Alliance experiment has worked in many critical states, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, to some extent even Bihar, Rajasthan to a large extent, and that has given dent to though NDA is clearly getting the majority, BJP on its own is not reaching there up to the 272 mark.
Is that because fight is also close in many constituencies?
Very close contest, and still there are many seats, especially in UP, which are very tight. Even in Bengal, 4 to 5 seats are less than 5,000 margin leads are there. So it is going to be a very tight contest. So it looks like people have chosen this or that kind of thing. So this bipolarity has worked in favor of India alliance. Two, there seems to be a little bit of when it comes to the mobilization of voters. In first two phases, we have seen less people coming out and vote. That has clearly impacted BJP's fortunes. So maybe BJP workers or sympathizers or even committed voters perhaps took it for granted that anyway BJP is forming the government. And three, especially in states like Rajasthan, where it looks like Sachin Pilot taking over the reins and consolidating votes has helped BJP, while Congress, while BJP experimenting with new chief minister has somewhere leading to some kind of internal groupism, factionalism, and that has created. So Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh are clearly the game changers in this entire election. This will have a huge impact. Markets are already showing the trends because people were expecting general perception was it will be a more stable and decisive government. So how far BJP gets closer to that 272 mark,
yes,
and how far that the sense of decisive stable government is entrusted again, especially among investors, that is going to be the critical factor. But I assure you, this is not going to be ending so soon. Perhaps in media houses today we will have to work till late night.
Longer.
Looks like it.
Right,
So
and some reactions have come in, Mark,
Right.
from different parts of the country, many of whom are victors. Let's listen in.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नाम पर ये चुनाव लड़ा है और उनकी जो क्रेडिबिलिटी है, उनकी जो गारंटी है, उन पर जो लोगों का विश्वास है, आज उसी का ही परिणाम है कि हम तीसरी बार जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो है अपनी सरकार सेंटर में बनाने जा रही है और आप सबका आशीर्वाद हमें चाहिए। और इसके साथ ही मैं अब जो है आपसे मिलती रहूंगी और आगे जो भी है, जो जिस तरह से हमारा प्लान है चीज़ें एग्जीक्यूट करने का और लॉन्च करने का, वो हम डिस्कस करते रहेंगे।
Of course, it is disappointing given that we worked very hard. We worked very hard. We ran a very positive campaign. We talked about the real issues that were facing people. We did not get into the temptation of divisiveness or lies as our competitors did. And the results are there that 3.4 lakh people of Tiruvandhuram came out and supported us, which is a record number of people. We have never received these numbers of votes. My commitment to Tiruvandhuram and the people of Tiruvandhuram remains steadfast.
5 सीटें हम लोग लड़े, 5 की 5 जीते। गृह मंत्री जी ने जहां पार्टी के प्रदर्शन पर हम लोगों को बधाई दी, वहीं एनडीए की बैठक का भी जिक्र किया। कल वो बैठक है, हम लोग जाएंगे उस बैठक में। और तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में एनडीए सरकार बनाने जा रहा है। इस प्रदर्शन का श्रेय मेरे प्रधानमंत्री जी को जाता है, उनके नेतृत्व को जाता है।
बहुत धन्यवाद है नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व का, हमारे क्षेत्र के जो मतदाता हैं, जिन लोगों ने तीसरी बार बहुत अच्छा आशीर्वाद दिया है। अभी काउंटिंग चल रही है और मैं इसे आशीर्वाद मानता हूं जो हमारे पक्ष में हवा है। और इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है कि जिम्मेदारी बहुत बढ़ जाती है। हम दिल्ली की 7 सीटें जीत रहे हैं। काउंटिंग में 7 सीटें एक अच्छी मार्जिन से हम आगे चल रहे हैं और देश में भी एक बार फिर से नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार बन रही है।
Congress, in spite of all its guarantee, even now they are in a single digit. BJP has already won 17 seats and JDS in 2 seats. Congress is leading in 9 seats only. So even their guarantee has not worked.
मध्य प्रदेश के 29 में से 29 सीट माननीय बीडी शर्मा जी प्रदेश अध्यक्ष के नेतृत्व में, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री मोहन यादव जी के नेतृत्व में, और हमारा जो कलेक्टिव नेतृत्व है, आदरणीय शिवराज जी हैं, कैलाश जी हैं, प्रहलाद जी हैं, सिंधिया जी हैं, सभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं के नेतृत्व में हमने 29 की 29 सीटों पर जीत हासिल करने जा रहे हैं। और जो हमारा सोच थी कि एनडीए की तीसरी बार सरकार बने, जनता भी यही चाहती थी, वो भी स्पष्ट रूप से आता हुआ दिख रहा है। 300 के लगभग एनडीए पहुंच चुकी है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में तीसरी बार शपथ लेने जा रही है।
And now our correspondent Vishal is joining us.
Vishal Barrister is joining us from Rajasthan. Well, Vishal, the BJP ahead in 14 seats, in fact having won 7 and leading in 7 there, and the Congress leading in 7 and having won 1 so far. We are just giving you some breaking news, Vishal, before we come to you. Let's
yes, there's
get you
breaking
that
news,
news.
Coming in. Amit Shah has won from Gandhinagar in Gujarat. That is the breaking news coming in at this point in time. Amit Shah has won from Gandhinagar yet another time with a huge victory margin. That's what Meghna was also telling us earlier, that the victory margin has increased to over 7 lakh this time around. Well, we'll get you confirmation on that in just a bit. Vishal continues to be with us. Yes, Mark, please go ahead.
So Vishal, explain to us the reasons for this kind of a mandate in Rajasthan. Vishal, we can't hear you.
Right now,
okay,
I
go
am
ahead,
here at the Congress headquarters in Jaipur. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, go ahead.
I'm here at Congress headquarters in Jaipur. First of all, I would ask my cameraman to show you. There's a lot of buzz here at the Congress office, and it is here after 10 years, and it's been a decade since Congress is celebrating Lok Sabha, not exactly victory, but Lok Sabha huge tally that they have put up, because after losing the Rajasthan elections,
yes,
they have won,
Vishal, we will come back to you.
11 seats.
Vishal,
So
you'll understand it's a string of breaking news
yeah.
this evening from different parts of the country, and now we are telling our viewers BJP's Amit Shah has won from Gandhinagar in Gujarat. Earlier, Meghna was telling us that the victory margin has gone up. It was more than 5 lakh last time around. This time,
7 lakh 44,000. 7 lakh 44,716 is the victory margin, and Amit Shah had polled 10 lakh 10,972 votes.
So, how would you look at the victory margin?
Oh, Gandhinagar has been a bastion of BJP since the Ayodhya move in 1989, and Mr. Amit Shah was expected to win these seats, and this is a very, very formidable margin. So Gujarat is more or less going on the expected line, except that I think Sabarkantha seat.
One seat, yes. Banaskantha.
Yes. It will certainly give BJP, because there are 2 seats where in UP either Prime Minister Modi or Rajnath Singh, they are not able to have that kind of margin, but in Madhya Pradesh and in Gujarat, the traditional bastions where BJP is managing that lead, that will definitely give some confidence to the BJP cadre and workers.
But from the Hindi heartland, is it only Rajasthan that will cause some worry for the BJP?
Even Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh.
These 2 where I think that the opposition consolidation has happened, the transfer of votes has happened, and also not sure about Rajasthan, but in Uttar Pradesh for sure, anti-incumbency against the sitting member of parliaments, that has gone against BJP, rather than BJP as a party per se. But seeing the Varanasi lead, it looks like, because Varanasi has transformed literally under Prime Minister Modi's since Prime Minister Modi has been elected from there. But there seems to be a different kind of equations working this time, which none of the pollsters or experts could pick up. Only Akhilesh Yadav could sense that. Perhaps he was repeatedly saying that
the PDA he was talking about repeatedly.
So there seems to be one aspect can be that kind of enthusiasm that we have seen in last 2 elections, 2019 and 2014, that perhaps was not there in terms of mobilization of voters, and at the same time this transfer of votes that has happened. But again, as I said, Gujarat and especially Madhya Pradesh, Chhindwara, BJP literally breaching the Congress bastion. That is Mr. Kamal Nath's seat.
Yeah.
So that is a very remarkable thing.
So we are showing the map of Gujarat and 25 seats to the BJP and 1 seat of Banaskantha, which is bordering Rajasthan, going to the Congress. Mr. K.V. Prasad, what are your views on the victory margin of Mr. Amit Shah and the continued performance of the BJP in Gujarat?
Yeah, I think BJP, as Praful was also saying, has been the stronghold of Bharatiya Janata Party for a pretty long time, and there was no way a seat as strong as Gandhinagar. I mean, that people were anticipating that Mr. Amit Shah's victory margin would itself be a demonstration of how much the party has done and how strong the party is in that state, and Gandhinagar being the state capital obviously reflects that kind of sentiment. So there's no way anything else, of course, as one seat which is closer, Banaskantha in particular. I don't know what exactly local factors would have changed, but then the margin in other seats, we'll have to look at it because we have not seen the entire data, because at some point of time there were talk that the opposition, whether it is Congress or others, were in fight in a certain few other seats, 3 to 4 seats, and that initial margins kind of indicated that they were in the contest, but it didn't happen. In the eventual run-up is another matter. So those are just a matter of granular details as you go into it.
There is another important aspect here we should keep in mind. Besides Delhi, Gujarat was another state where Congress and Aam Aadmi Party had come together as a part of Indie bloc. Now, Aam Aadmi Party Congress equation hasn't worked neither in Delhi nor in Gujarat. So it clearly shows that Punjab, of course, they were fighting against each other. So
and they are also in Haryana, 1 seat.
In one seat. So where they had a clear-cut chemistry on the ground in terms of vote share, in terms of vote transfer, greater trust among the workers, Amethi clearly shows. That there is.
So we are going to give you some inputs of sheets that are very close. Less than 5,000 is the lead currently. And,
there are 14 seats that we are showing to you, where the victory margin is less than 5,000 votes and can go either way.
So this is Aonla, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and SP is just less than 5,000 votes ahead of the BJP here.
So these are seats that show very close contest. Mumbai North Central, Congress leading BJP. Again, the vote margin is less than 5,000 here. Ujjwal Nikam, of course, is trailing. Instead of Poonam Mahajan, he got the ticket from the BJP this time, but is trailing. Mumbai Northwest is another such seat. Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh, where, of course...
No, this is not Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh.
This is Hamirpur in Uttar Pradesh. I beg your pardon. BJP again is trailing here. SP is leading.
No, the BJP. Okay.
Amroha, BJP is trailing and Congress is leading in Uttar Pradesh.
And this is Dharmapuri, which also has Mani A of the DMK, Tamil Nadu seat. It seems close, and the PMK is trailing.
It's an NDA partner, Ambumani Ramdas.
Yes,
wife. Daughter-in-law.
Right.
On the Jajpur seat also, we are seeing that BJP is trailing, BJD is leading, even though we are looking at how the BJP is doing better as far as Odisha is concerned than BJD, both in the assembly elections as well as in the Lok Sabha polls. So these are very close contests. Phulpur in Uttar Pradesh, again SP is leading here, BJP is trailing. The victory margin or the vote margin so far, the counting is still on, is less than 5,000. Firozpur is another seat where the Congress is leading and the Aam Aadmi Party is trailing. Here too the victory margin is, or the vote margin so far is less than 5,000. Firozpur was a seat in Punjab. This is Kanti. Here the BJP is leading.
Right, let's turn once again to our guests in the studio. So, Mr. K.V. Prasad, there are some seats, as we can see, that can go either way. But overall, things have been holding for a while now at these numbers. So, I mean, we've seen trend reversals, but somewhere else there's another trend reversal which keeps things in balance.
But yeah, you're right. But these are the seats which can go either way, and we can change the pendulum. Let's look at that way. Because if you just showed up a picture where the BJP is trailing on 4 seats, suppose that were to change hands, or it turns the BJP way, the NDA tally would, BJP tally would move up, right? Or just the way if India Alliance or India or Congress in some places manage to hold on to the leads, the position changes. For instance, Amroha, right? Danish Ali, who was BSP, comes to Congress. Now he's leading by, but 5,000 is a pretty close margin for an election of this nature of Lok Sabha. It's like assembly, one can understand, but not on Lok Sabha seats. I mean, where people votes in lakhs.
Yes, in fact, in Bihar too, there are a number of seats that are quite close. We don't seem to have shown too many of those. There too, again,
in fact,
the margins
even,
are very
even
close.
in Bengal, Nishit
yeah.
Pramanik is trailing somewhere around 700-800 votes.
Yeah, in UP, some of the seats are as close as 800, 600, 500.
Right.
So, you know, in initial, some rounds earlier, I'm not sure if they've changed how they consolidated. Probably few seats have consolidated to a larger extent, but that's happening. So, those are the seats where everybody's eyes will be on focus, and I think what Praful's indicated, we are in for a longer night.
Yes.
Indeed.
But if you look at the assembly polls, we are seeing that the BJP has done well in Andhra Pradesh as well as in Odisha. If we talk of Odisha, there was this outsider allegation that the BJP had put against Mr. Pandian, a close aide of Naveen Patnaik. Do you think that has stuck, or is it the anti-incumbency after 25 long years of Naveen Patnaik being in power there?
I don't think so, because last time when I visited Odisha, people, despite whatever may be the governance performance of BJD, they would say, did you get development, did you get this, did you get this? They may say no, but whom would you vote for? Amar Novin. So that kind of affinity and the connect was there. This time what had changed, 2 things. One, anyway, BJD was trying to tie up with BJP, and what we have seen last 5 years. So perhaps, till now BJD in Odisha, people were trying to give a different kind of mandate in Assembly and Lok Sabha elections. Assembly, they were going for BJD. For Lok Sabha, they were going by and large for BJP, or at least balance out. This time, perhaps, the message that BJP was trying to convey, that anyway we are going to have a tie-up, to the factor that you have mentioned, that not just Pandian as a external element, but perhaps Mr. Naveen Patnaik is not in a position to run his own government due to health reasons. That messaging has conveyed somewhere. The kind of videos that were released, that the way Mr. Pandian,
we're getting some breaking news that's coming in. BJP's Anurag Singh Thakur has won from Hamirpur seat in Himachal Pradesh, and it's a significant victory margin of 1,82,357 votes. And Kangana Ranaut has also won with a victory margin, as this stands at 74,755.
So 2 big victories for BJP in Himachal Pradesh. Remember, there are 4 parliamentary constituencies in Himachal Pradesh. On 2, victory has already been announced. Anurag Singh Thakur is the victor from Hamirpur. He was in the outgoing government, the Information and Broadcasting Minister and Sports Minister. This is his 5th victory on the trot as far as Hamirpur is concerned. And another big victory of Kangana Ranaut, a popular actor turned politician, contested the election for the first time from Mandi Lok Sabha seat. But currently we are telling you about Anurag Singh Thakur, the INB and Sports and Youth Affairs Minister in the outgoing Modi 2.0 government. He has won from Hamirpur seat in Himachal Pradesh.
Right, and
it seems
defeating
that
Satpal Raizada of the Congress by 1,82,357 votes.
And we are also showing you the victory margin now. Besides that, BJP's Kangana Ranaut, like we've been telling you, has won from Mandi in Himachal Pradesh. We heard her speak on how the BJP is now set to form government once again at the centre, and how she said she will be available for the people of Mandi to serve.
And she has won by a victory margin of 74,755 votes, defeating Vikramaditya Singh of the Congress.
Vikramaditya Singh has a huge legacy since he is the son of Veerbhadra Singh. So this is a huge victory for Kangana Ranaut, very new to politics, a popular actor turned politician, contested on BJP ticket for the first time from the Mandi Lok Sabha seat, beating Vikramaditya Singh of the BJP, who belongs to the erstwhile royal family and the son of Veerbhadra Singh, a doyen in Himachal politics. So BJP's victory margin in Mandi is more than 7 lakh votes, it's 74,755 votes, So that is the victory margin of Kangana Ranaut, close to 75,000 votes in Mandi.
We also need to say that the BJP is actually leading in the other 2 seats as well in Himachal Pradesh.
And now our correspondent Kriti Vadera is joining us from the BJP headquarters. Kriti, what is the mood like there where you are? Can we hear the reporter please in the studio?
Kriti, we can't hear you in the studio. Maybe we'll correct that audio problem with you and then come back to you. In the meantime, we'll turn to our guests in the studio. Mr. K.V. Prasad, how would you look at the overall performance of the India bloc? Do you think that this alliance has held together to a large extent in this election?
Well, you look at this way, in UP it has worked wonders for itself, right? And if you look at what probably Praful was also indicating...
Yeah, the AAP and Congress,
No,
right?
I'm talking in UP in particular.
Yeah, that's right. But he was saying that the AAP and Congress had not
No, I'll
worked,
come to that separately. What I meant was, in UP, a little while ago when I was looking at this data, the BJP got 42% votes. So that converts into the number of seats are 30 plus, right? The Samajwadi Party got 32% votes. The Congress gets 10% votes, so add up 32 and 10, 42. So they equal the BJP, and the BSP was below 10%. So that extra 10% or 15% that BSP is supposed to be getting in UP has gone some way, right? Probably
Yes.
it has gone to the India Alliance.
We are through as far as a connection with Kriti Vadera is concerned from the BJP headquarters. Kriti, what is the mood like there as we speak?
And to tell you that celebrations have already started here at BJP headquarters, and National President JP Nadda can arrive any time to interact with the cadre of BJP. And yes, to tell you here that 10 years of having a single majority by Bharatiya Janata Party in this election, unfortunately BJP could not even reach to the safe mark of 272, and it is struggling with 240 and 242. So it will be a coalition government, of course, whereas we have seen in parliamentary elections of 2014 where BJP got the sliding majority of 282, and in 2019 elections BJP managed to get 303 as a thumping majority. But in this election, BJP is struggling with 240, 242 as a margin, and UP, Uttar Pradesh, I would consider here because it gives a major chunk, and Uttar Pradesh is considered to be the deciding factor when it comes to the parliamentary elections of India. So Uttar Pradesh has given a major dent when it comes to the majority of Bharatiya Janata Party. BJP has lost many seats there, more than half of the seats, and of course the celebrity seats also BJP has lost. I was personally covering Faizabad constituency in Ayodhya. BJP has played Hindutva card majorly in this election, but unfortunately the Ayodhya seat also, Faizabad parliamentary seat also BJP has lost. So this becomes a matter of concern for Bharatiya Janata Party, and of course there will be repeated meetings and brainstorming by the higher senior leaders to mobilize the cadre again and think of the reasons why BJP has got this lost.
Right, Kriti, we'll also ask you what can we expect in the next couple of hours and next couple of days as far as the NDA is concerned. But there's breaking news coming in. BJP has opened its account for the first time ever in the South Indian state of Kerala. From Thrissur, Suresh Gopi has won, actor turned politician. That is a big victory for BJP. It's opened its account in Kerala finally. After years and decades of work, particularly by members of the Sangh Parivar and the RSS on ground, the BJP has opened its account in the southern Indian state of Kerala. It was a close fight, we understand, in Thiruvananthapuram as well. We earlier heard Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who is either trailing or has lost from Thiruvananthapuram to Shashi Tharoor, but it was a very close fight.
So far, it's not been declared. That result is still being counted.
So this is the breaking news at this point in time. Well, Mr. Ketkar, how do you analyze this? BJP opening its account in Kerala for the first time.
It's a very, very significant. See, BJP has been trying 2014 elections. We have seen the way Thiruvananthapuram was very close call. But that time the Communist Party managed to shift votes to Mr. Shashi Tharoor. This time, because it was a three-cornered contest, BJP has not just registered a win in this particular seat of Thrissur. Last time also, Suresh Gopi lost with very thin margin there. But what is significant is CPM has also could manage to win only one seat. CPM's vote share has come down to 23-24%.
Yes.
BJP, on the other hand, has managed to go up to 16-17% of vote share. So this entire perception.
ये तो उनको बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हुआ है। आप जानते हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी और हमारे इंडिया गठबंधन से बहुत प्रतिकूल माहौल में चुनाव लड़ा। सरकारी मशीनरी ने कदम कदम पर अवरोध डाला, बैंक खाते सीज करने से लेकर तमाम नेताओं के खिलाफ अभियान चलाया। फिर भी शुरू से आखिर तक कांग्रेस पार्टी का कैंपेन सकारात्मक था, पॉजिटिव था। हमने महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, किसानों और मजदूरों की बदहाली और संविधान संस्थाओं का दुरुपयोग जैसे विषयों को केंद्रीय मुद्दा बनाकर हम जनता के सामने गए थे। इन मुद्दों पर बड़ी संख्या में लोग हमसे जुड़े, हमारा समर्थन किया। प्रधानमंत्री ने जिस तरह का कैंपेन किया वो इतिहास में लंबे समय तक याद रखा जाएगा। कांग्रेस के घोषणा पत्र के बारे में मोदी जी ने जो झूठ फैलाया, जनता ने उसे समझ लिया। मैं इस मौके पर कहना चाहूँगा कि श्री राहुल गांधी जी की दोनों यात्राएं, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा और भारत जोड़ो न्याय यात्रा के दौरान लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को मिलना, लोगों की समस्याओं को सुनना और आगे चलकर उन समस्याओं का हल ढूंढना हमारे कैंपेन का आधार बना। हमने इसी को 5 न्याय और 25 गारंटी का नाम दिया और इसी के आधार पर हमने गारंटी कार्ड बनाया। हमारे कार्यकर्ता उसे लेकर घर घर पहुंचे और लोगों को संपर्क करें। इसके अलावा जो एक महत्वपूर्ण बात है वो भाजपा नेतृत्व की अहंकार की वजह से हुई। उन्होंने धीरे धीरे सारे संवैधानिक संस्थाओं के ऊपर गैर कानूनी तरीके से कब्जा करने की कोशिश की। फिर इनका उपयोग विरोधी दल के खिलाफ करने लगे। जो दब गया उसे दबा के अपने तरफ लिया, जो नहीं दबे उसकी पार्टी को तोड़ दिया, नहीं तो फिर जेल में डाल दिया। लोगों को ये विश्वास हो गया था कि मोदी जी को एक मौका और मिला तो अगला हमला संविधान पर सीधा होगा और लोकतंत्र पर होगा। इसीलिए लोगों को इसके प्रमाण नए संसद सत्र के साथ ही दिखेंगे। खुशी इस बात की है कि भाजपा इस षड्यंत्र में अब सफल नहीं हो पाएगी। मैं इस अवसर पर सीपीपी चेयरपर्सन श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी, हमारे लोकप्रिय नेता राहुल गांधी जी, प्रोत्साहन देश में मिला और आज ये स्थिति जो बनी है उनके वजह से बनी और हमारे करोड़ों कार्यकर्ता जो है देश में उन्होंने भी हमारा साथ दिया। इसीलिए मैं बहुत बहुत उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं। आखिर मैं इंडिया गठबंधन
That was Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge taking on the Prime Minister as well as the BJP, also attributing the performance of the India Alliance as a whole to the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra of Rahul Gandhi, and talking about the 5 Nyaya and 25 guarantees, which became, he said, the guarantee card of the Congress. So, Mr. Prasad, how do you look at what you just heard from Mr. Kharge? He is now trying to justify every point that was made in the Congress campaign on the basis of the seats, around 100 seats that Congress has got.
Well, I think that's what he's going to say, that their campaign has worked, because the fact is they've got they're moving towards 100 seats, right? That's what the trends and seats one show. If that is the case, and the fact that
but the allies have done better. If you look at the breakup, the Congress is around 100 seats and India
the alliance
is
was
at
expected because
231.
you have an alliance
131 more than Congress.
An alliance as strong as the DMK in Tamil Nadu, an alliance as strong as the SAPA, SP in UP, an alliance which was stronger than Congress in Maharashtra if you combine both Sharad Pawar's NCP and Uddhav Thackere's Shiv Sena. So that is how their alliance partners got the seats, right? That's where it stands. Mr. Kharge will keep on saying, because that's his party and he is the party president, so he's going to say that this is what made the difference. They're going to tom-tom that there cannot be no denial of the fact. And the only thing they can say, look, we've reduced the majority of the governing coalition. We have reduced the majority of the BJP. It is because of our campaign. That's it.
How do you analyze what was said by Mr. Kharge? He's trying to justify everything that was part of the campaign, maybe the caste census that was promised, and a number of other things.
See, one is, of course, he has to give credit to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, his yatras and all those things. But the fact remains, as case in case of say Maharashtra or in case of Uttar Pradesh, it clearly shows Congress is a beneficiary of the coalition because the votes got transferred. Where Congress is fighting on its own, if those promises were working, why didn't they work in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, for example, where Congress was fighting alone? Wherever Congress has got the ability to have a tie-up and the coalition partner.
Mr. Ketkar, we are going across live to listen to Rahul Gandhi, who is also now speaking at that press conference we heard a little while ago.
रोल रहना चाहिए और उस रोल को काफी लोगों ने किया, काफी लोगों ने खुल के किया, काफी लोगों ने छुप के किया, और आपके इमोशंस कहां थे हमें मालूम है। लड़ाई संविधान को बचाने की थी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बचाने की थी, और मैं आपको सच बताऊं तो मेरे माइंड में था पहले से, जब इन्होंने हमारा बैंक अकाउंट कैंसिल किया, जब चीफ मिनिस्टर्स को जेल में डाला, पार्टियां तोड़ी, मेरे माइंड में था कि हिंदुस्तान की जनता अपने संविधान के लिए एक साथ खड़ी होकर लड़ जाएगी, और यह सच साबित हुआ। मुझ में भरोसा था और मैं हिंदुस्तान की जनता से, इंडिया गठबंधन के पार्टनर्स से, कांग्रेस पार्टी के हमारे सब नेताओं और बब्बर शेर कार्यकर्ताओं से दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं। आपने संविधान को बचाने का पहला और सबसे बड़ा कदम ले लिया है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इस चुनाव में, कांग्रेस पार्टी के सब नेताओं ने 2-3 चीजें की। सबसे पहले हमने इंडिया गठबंधन के पार्टनर्स की रिस्पेक्ट की, उनकी जो विशेष थी उनको हमने साथ लिया, और आपने देखा होगा कि जहां भी गठबंधन लड़ा हम एक होकर लड़े। दूसरी बात, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने क्लैरिटी से हिंदुस्तान को एक नया विजन दे दिया है। प्रो पुअर विजन, प्रो प्रोडक्शन विजन हिंदुस्तान को इंडिया गठबंधन ने साफ दे दिया है। ये जो हमारा परफॉर्मेंस हुआ है, इंडिया गठबंधन का परफॉर्मेंस हुआ है, इसके पीछे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, जो रिजर्वेशन पर बीजेपी ने आक्रमण किया, गरीबी, अदानी जी के आपने स्टॉक्स तो देखे होंगे।
So we were listening to Rahul Gandhi. He was explaining what he thought were the reasons for the good performance of the India bloc in this particular election. We'll turn to our guests once again in the studio. Mr. Ketkar, you were speaking a little earlier, but the Congress has, one must also acknowledge that the Congress had only contested 328 seats, and out of which they won nearly 100. So, which is quite a strong strike rate considering where they came from in the previous 2 elections.
Oh, certainly. Congress has contested the least number of seats ever since independence. And out of that, if they are winning 100, it is definitely a remarkable performance, because nobody was giving that kind of numbers to the Congress. But again, as I am saying, that it is not a de facto vote for Congress agenda. It is the arithmetic and
yes,
chemistry
the electoral
that has
arithmetic seems to have worked for Congress in various states. We'll take a breather at this point in time. We'll continue this discussion in a bit. Ramesh Ramachandran, my colleague, will be joining us in just a bit. But we'll take a break at this point in time. For now, it seems that the NDA as a coalition is all set to form the government. But we are hearing from Congress leaders as well. They seem to be riding high on the performance of the Congress party as well as the India bloc as a whole. A breather at this point in time, but our special coverage will continue.